Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Today, an early season non-conference showdown here on EA Sports College Football, hitting the SEC against the Big Ten. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, when I walk out onto the grass here at Saban Field, this is one of the most iconic places in all of college sports. When Bryant-Denny is good, it's one of the most dynamic home field crowds. They are so excited to welcome back their Crimson Tide, and they are really loud early in this pregame. I'll keep you posted on how loud, how crazy, and how frenetic it gets here for the Crimson Tide. Guys?
All right, Holly. The Wolverines headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And it'll come out to the 25. No. At a return. They'll run the counter. Just ran over it. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Gives it on the option. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And we talk to teams week after week, and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
From the gun, the running back has it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Russell. Under fire. On target over the middle. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this year after year. Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to...
He's loose on the right. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Marsh. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Here's Underwood. Fires to the big fella. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Here comes the option. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Makes a grab and room to run. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. On the option. The keeper on the option. They'll give it to the back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Playing the the option man consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall.
Yeah, and a great job by the offensive line, seeing the blitz, picking it up, and then it's on the running back. Running back finds a hole, gets a little bit of a crease, makes a nice run at it.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Just feeds the running back. Maybe some room here. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
And the Wolverines line it up with a 1st and goal. They go play action. Bryce Underwood fires to the tight end. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Pushes ahead. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up 1 on the play.
And he does everything he can. Tries to scramble, tries to make something happen. Nice job by the defense getting him to the ground. Down by more than a field goal. Interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up in great scoring.
Turning it on. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
You know, sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time, they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sidelines going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. RPO complete to open the drive. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Complete towards the sideline. Gain of 21 on the play. And that's a first down for the offense.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Underwood on the play action. Pressure coming. And down he goes.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wide receiver comes in motion. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
You know, you hear the term nickel so much. Most people stay a nickel most of the time because of all the speed in college football and the running quarterback. And you see why it pays dividends. More speed on the field when the QB does take off to go get him on the ground and force a fourth down.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Running inside, it's Hill. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on second and long from the 23. The screen, he can go. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with third and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. He got it out to the 34-yard line. Not enough for the first down. Let's see if they punt it away.
Offense facing fourth down.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Things haven't gone exactly the way they drew it up. Turnover, punt, intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's forced out of bounds, close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed.
Touchdown time! Middle of the end zone, he's got it!
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
And the extra point is good. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Play action with Underwood. Oh, they're after him. Complete to the right. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
At the 46-yard line. And first down for the offense.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Motion from the back. Throwing, Underwood. Pocket breaking down. Finds his tight end. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
The give to the left side. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They feed him again. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. They think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. Here's Underwood to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Finds the big tight end. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Going for 6. Complete to the right. Touchdown, Wolverines! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Getting set for the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They go play action with Russell. Fires to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Leaves it with the back. There's a crease. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Russell on play action. They get to him as he throws. He's open on the right. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Keelan Russell. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? On the ground, it's Hill. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. To the ground to try to move the chains. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
They'll move the wide receiver. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter who gets the football. We're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Throwing Russell. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. They'll send the back in motion. Russell from the gun on third down. Here's a heat. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that third down. And now the offense is in an interesting situation.
And it's right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. The handoff as they run the counter play here. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. Just about set to get this second half underway. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The pull and throw off the RPO. Oh, he's got some space. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Gain of 18. First down for the offense.
New set of downs after the completion. Tight end now in motion. Underwood. Using his feet to buy time. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
So now it's second and long. Trying to move them on the counter. Got enough for the first. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
They're dealing with a second and long. To the air, it's Underwood. Here's the pressure. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Motion from the wideout. Underwood from the gun on third down. Escapes the pressure to his right. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks.
And that's why, as a defense, you want to set up third and long situations. You just want to be able to keep the football in front of you. It's okay for that quarterback to hit the running back on that pass. Now you have all those bodies flying to the football, and they're able to make a tackle.
He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Here comes that Alabama offense. The running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Russell. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll move the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Just a short pass to the tight end. Love. These third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
The run inside. It's Rodgers. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Second down coming up.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Keelan Russell unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now the offense will back it up 5 and try it on 2nd and long. Throwing Russell. Rushes on him. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll run it from the gun. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end. Here's Underwood. It's on target and complete. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Underwood. Fires to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Complete on the out route. Gain of 15. And that's a first down for the offense.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Play fake, Underwood. Finds his big tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
It has not been a banner performance so far by this offense. Here in the second half, they need more plays like that. That's a good sign, but you got to be able to put those plays back to back now. Really nice job early in the drive coming up with a big one in your own end. But now you've got to be able to string some of those along now and score some more points.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. Toss sweep to the left. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
We've reached the break, and Alabama has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
In that 3rd and long situation, you'd like to see your quarterback have a plan. You know that they may dial up the blitz, so you've got to know where your answers are. Where's your hot route? Where's your sight adjust? Where can you get rid of the football if they bring an extra guy and the offense didn't look like they were ready for it?
Let's see what he can do with it. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Tide offense rolls onto the field. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Move.
Russell. Here comes the heat. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down.
Ready, team, go.
To the air, it's Russell. Bringing the heat. And they got it. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
They go play action, Bryce Underwood. And it's picked off for the third time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Picks up the first down. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. There's a little room there. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
There he goes. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
And how about the QB? We haven't seen it all game long, man. Nice job coming up big in a big moment in the fourth quarter. He says, nobody there, takes off, does it with his feet, and gets the first down.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Touchdown, Alabama! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, time, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Here's Underwood to throw. Snagged out of the air. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beating. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. The Tide ready to roll on offense. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerline, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long, so let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game, take the W into the locker room.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been